For the first time ever, Athletes Unlimited packs up and hits the road in Greenville, North Carolina, instead of our usual spot in Rosemont, Illinois. It's the first ever Athletes Unlimited Pro Games at the Little League Softball World Series. These Little Leaguers are ready to roll. The pros are just as ready. Team Romero and Team Davidson kicking off week 3 of this Athletes Unlimited softball season. We cannot wait to see the atmosphere tonight here at East Carolina University. This is what the AU Pro Games are all about. All 60 players here. They sent a few last year. The Little Leaguers loved it. The experience this year has been unbelievable. 14 of these Athletes Unlimited pros are former Little League players. We have an all-female umpiring crew tonight for both games as well, setting up to just be an incredible night of softball. In the booth alongside the two-time All-American Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kemp. You've been doing games the last week here. You've gotten to see these pros interact with the Little Leaguers. What's that experience been like?
Yeah, the whole event has just been unbelievable. But I think it was icing on the cake to see the Athletes Unlimited players come to the Little League games. That there were 4 yesterday, and the Athletes Unlimited players got to sit in the stands and watch them play. And now the roles are reversed. The Little Leaguers will be in the stands, getting to look up to their role models, watch them play. Some of the best players in the world will be right in front of them.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We've seen tears, we've seen celebration. Probably see some more of that tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. 4 captains this week. They are the top 4 on the leaderboard as of week 3. Megan Faramo and Sierra Romero, repeat captains. Romero went 3-0 last week as a captain, and what happens? Your team gets broken up because you have so much success. So Mia Davidson and Odyssey Alexander, both first-time captains, were both on Sierra Romero's team last week. Not only has she been a great captain, how do you get there? You perform really well. That's what we've seen so far from Sierra this season.
Yeah, Sierra Romero is truly playing in some of her best form that we've seen her play in since her days back at Michigan, where she was a National Player of the Year there. Hitting for power, hitting for average, hitting with runners in scoring position. Already a 400 batting average with 4 RBI early on this season. Last AU season, she had 3 RBI the entire season. Already has surpassed that number and has embodied the word captain, been a leader, made those around her on her team better players and stepping up to perform.
Alicia Ocasio has been on her team both weeks. She says she has been a tremendous leader, their fearless leader, and this is the lineup that Sierra Romero sends to the field. Morgan Zirkle, the new Marshall University head coach, will lead things off. Lorenz, Sierra in the 3-hole, and then Taylor Edwards sandwiched there between her and her sister Sydney. They will be the middle infielders in this game. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Rachel Garcia in the 6-hole. She was the first pick for Sierra Romero this week. Oh, what an event, what a night we are set to have here in Greenville, North Carolina. A doubleheader to kick off Series 3 of the Athletes Unlimited season, but just so much more going on with these Little Leaguers, their families, all in attendance to watch the pros go to work. There's strike 1 from our starting pitcher, Peyton St. George, to Morgan Zirkle. Zirkle electric out of that leadoff spot. She is one of the former Little Leaguers from Milton Little League in West Virginia. Peyton St. George in the dirt, ball 1, her second season out of Duke. One of 2 complete games at the shortened AUX season. She's got a 5.25 ERA and 8 innings pitched this championship season.
Yeah, I'm sure, honestly, Chucky, that these AU players are feeling a little bit nervous to play in front of these little girls and their families and the coaches from Little League, and on a different field, too, than what they're used to playing on. Just things have changed, but I think for the better for today, at least for a little bit. First time that these players have traveled. Usually they're playing just outside of Chicago and Rosemont on one of the best fields at one of the best stadiums in the country.
They definitely enjoyed their time here at East Carolina. It's a really cool setup here on this campus with all their athletic facilities kind of in a pod here. A beautiful stadium, a full stadium of Little Leaguers and fans here in Greenville. Zirkle stays alive, 3-2 count here to the leadoff hitter. Year 2 for Peyton. Seems like there's always some big adjustments from those rookie pitchers to year 2. You're just trying to get used to what it's like without the coaching staff and coming off a college season. Ground ball right side under the glove of Leach. A little different playing on the dirt field this week as opposed to the turf that they're used to at Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont.
Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some adjusting going on, specifically for the infielders playing on a dirt infield as compared to a turf infield and also a turf outfield that they usually play on in Rosemont. Going to create some different bounces, and also I'm sure their feet feel a little bit different. They're wearing spikes for the first time in a long time. Had to remember to pack those because they don't normally play with them on the turf.
Round ball up the middle. Amanda Lorenz continues her hot season. Always toward the top of the draft board, hitting .471 with a .609 on base percentage entering week 3.
And you can tell that Amanda Lorenz is feeling good. I feel like, too, being able to hit both sides of the plate well, pitchers get a little bit fearful to pitch her inside, knowing that they have to go hard in, so they like to throw her on the outside corner, taking it right back up the middle of the field.
Quick word from the team captain, Mia Davidson, to her pitcher, Peyton St. George. Lorenz and Zirkle aboard for the captain, Sierra Romero. All smiles between these two teams. Lorenz and Filler over at first base. Sierra watches strike 1. Last year, Sierra returned after time off, dealing with a pretty serious knee injury. It's this one well down the left field line, but foul.
Man, Team Romero is wasting no time coming out swinging early in this game.
Peyton St. George, the first pick for Mia Davidson in the draft. She took St. George first, Ortez her shortstop second, and McQuillan third. A left-hand arm who's been really good so far this season. 1-2 count coming for Sierra Romero. Upstairs 2-2.
You can tell that Peyton St. George trying to settle into this game, and some of her misses, pretty big misses right now because of how aggressive Team Romero has been.
Sierra tied for the league lead in hits with 8, has a couple doubles, and taps this one through the left side. Now leads the league with 9 hits, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
When Peyton St. George has been her best in this circle early on this season, the first 2 weeks, it's been because of her ability to change speeds and have a ton of spin, just keeping these hitters off balance. Right now, needing to go back to that. These hitters are just on her early in this game.
And this is a dangerous bat right here. Taylor Edwards, who has not homered this championship season, would love to get the crowd on their feet with the bases loaded. We've seen a resurgence of pitching in this championship season versus what we saw at AUX with the long ball non-stop leaving the yard in Rosemont. Talked to Alicia Ocasio about it, and she said, look, the hitters are just that good. We have to elevate our game as pitchers. Everyone just seems like they put in a lot of work. A lot of these pitchers played during that break between the shortened AUX season and this championship season for their national teams. Inside off the handle, Leach has it. No chance at first, but there's one away. Now Sierra's little sister, Sydney, a chance off Peyton St. George, who's trying to dance out of a big bases-loaded jam here in the top of the first.
A couple of times now that they've been on the same team together, and Sierra drafting Sydney. One of the first things that One of the first things that I noticed was Sierra and Sydney playing up the middle of the field right next to each other. It's always cool to pencil them in on defense next to each other.
Saw it one time last summer in San Diego. They were on the same team, but doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
They get drafted in the same area of the drafts, play similar positions. 0-2 count upstairs. This week, though, Sydney's draft stock went up. I think Sierra had to be a little more careful. Sydney hit that grand slam in Series 2. Sierra got her with the 22nd pick in Week 2. This week, got her with the 18th pick. So, thought I better be careful, go around earlier and pick up the little sister. It's it high into center field. Megan Wiggins is there. A lot of speed on third. Here comes Zirkle, and the throw home is in time. No! Mia Davidson puts the headset on immediately. That was a tremendous pick and tag at home plate.
I have to tell you, I thought immediately there was no way Megan Wiggins was going to get the speed of Morgan Zirkle, but Megan Wiggins played that perfectly. And then the tag by Mia Davidson, my goodness. Look at how Megan Wiggins set herself up back behind that fly ball to get all of her energy into it, and it's Davidson with the tag, being able to pick this ball on a short hop and have it make the tag for her. Zirkle tries to just go straight hard in. Look how fast she is. That tag 100% gets her before she gets to the plate, and that should be a double play.
What a grab by Mia Davidson at home plate. Wow. And they might have just danced out of this bases loaded jam with nobody out. I think this is the look.
That is on a short hop that ends up going into her glove, and she just lets the hop take its momentum into her tag and ends up grazing Zirkle before she gets there. If this does not get overturned, I am going to be shocked. Right there, she's out.
That's unbelievable, it really is. Here's the call, she is out. What a play, Wiggins and company are fired up. The double play to get out of the bases loaded jam at one point with nobody out. Coming across, a great job by Peyton St. George and them defensively to get out of that. How about Mia Davidson, the captain, hit a record 5 home runs at AUX. She's right back to work.
She hits with so much power. Every time she steps into the box, she has a chance to hit a home run. And you can just tell she's hitting with a lot of confidence, being able to drive the ball even with power toward the middle of the field and toward the pull side. But Mia Davidson up at the top of the leaderboard because of her ability to hit the long ball. She has 3 home runs already this season and 7 RBI.
She slots herself into the 3-hole of this lineup with Aubrey Leach and Anissa Ortez, who at times this summer have swung it as good as anybody. Megan Wiggins in the 4 spot saw the great arm from her playing center field this week, which we don't always see from Megan here at Athletes Unlimited, has done that plenty of times in her career. And then Sam Fisher, who is the bundle of energy over at third base in the 5 spot. Leach will lead things off against Rachel Garcia as she tries to match Peyton St. George's 0 from the top of the first. Good spot on the outside corner from Garcia. Aubrey Leach, somebody who is always highly sought after on draft day as a leadoff hitter, but also I think leadership perspective. Mia Davidson, a first-time captain, to get somebody like Aubrey Leach who understands how to run a team, and I think also probably enjoys it maybe as much as anybody from the coaching side of things.
Yeah, she's just kind of steady Eddie, all sides of the ball.
There's Rachel Garcia, struggling in Series 2 a little bit. She was at the top of the leaderboard entering that series. 11 2/3, only gave up 7 hits, but walked 13 and hit 5. in her 2 appearances. Just trying to dial it in as far as the strike zone goes. You always know when Rachel's in the circle, she can dominate.
Yeah, she can. She throws some of the highest velocity in the league. It'll go to her rise ball and her curve ball. And then she'll throw her back to her curve, just like that. That can catch the outside corner to a left-handed hitter and inside corner to a right-handed hitter. Taken a couple of losses this season, and you mentioned those walks. Not used to seeing that walk number be so high.
Still sub-4 ERA, which when you're talking about struggles in this league, that's a pretty good number to still be at, and to probably not have been where she would like to be. All eyes on Rachel Garcia in the stands right now, one of the superstars of the softball world. National champion with UCLA in 2019, beating Oklahoma.
And that's a cool part about what's going on right now, Chucky, is that all these Little League softball players watch college softball on TV February, March, April, May, June, and they just can't wait for the Women's College World Series. And it's like every player that they're watching out on the field right now, they've likely seen at some point on their TV screens.
8th pitch of the at-bat, rolled back to Garcia for the first out.
And including, of course, Rachel Garcia, who was a household name in college softball, of course, went on to play with Team USA, made the Olympic team, and competed in Japan with them a couple of years ago. And she's basically like a mini Lisa Fernandez, which is fitting because, you know, she played at UCLA, got to play Lisa Fernandez as her pitching coach and assistant coach there. Plays just like her.
So many great connections throughout this league as well. We get to see those UCLA Bruins, who are represented the most in this league, match up all the time. We saw Garcia and Faremo head-to-head, whether it's Faremo pitching or them in the circle against each other. Ortez rips that one on the netting down the left field line.
And we're sitting right next to Jeff Muir, who also has been doing our stats at Little League, and he's probably feeling the same way that I am about what I'm about to say, but the game goes by so much faster here at the AU Pro level than what we've seen from the Little League games. It's in large part to a 15-second pitch clock in between pitches that before, up to this point, we've not had a pitch clock at the college level. We don't have it at the Little League level. So the game, I mean, just going from calling the Little League games yesterday to calling these pro games now, the game just moves.
It's made a significant difference in Major League Baseball. And this championship season has been, game times, really 150, 2 hours, 10 minutes, pretty consistently. We've had great pitching duels. Megan Faremo is lights out. We'll see her in game 2 tonight as Ortez rolls it right back to Garcia. She stays busy. The first 2 outs are ground outs to the pitcher. That makes way for the captain, Mia Davidson. Look at this. They're loving it in the Team Davidson dugout right now. All the videos we've seen from the interactions, talking to the players before the game tonight, they have enjoyed this experience so much.
Well, yesterday was just a dream come true for the Little League athletes, and I think also for the AU athletes that got to be around the Little League softball games yesterday and be with them at different meals, go and make a little high five line for them, and the pregame ceremonies that they had for introductions, and answer questions of theirs, give autographs, share gifts. I mean, there's so much interaction just within one day. Just imagine if they got to do that for an entire week, how amazing that would be.
There's a lot of international stars on this AU roster. So we've seen players like Alicia Ocasio talk to the team from Puerto Rico. Erica Piancastelli might be the most popular person here with the team out of Italy. There was a great video of her FaceTiming them a couple days ago, and they were, I mean, half the team was in tears. They were just beside themselves. And then she was waving to them today.
Well, you said might be the most popular player. I mean, there's just no question that she is an absolute role model and idol that they look up to, that team from Italy.
Davidson hits it high into left field. It's just 200 straight out over the foul pole, and it is foul. She did not get a lot of that ball, and it was way out of here.
Yeah, it's hit a little bit more off the end for bat. You'll see Edwards set up outside, and I think a bit of an off-speed pitch to Davidson out in front of it just so lightly. It's Amanda Lorenz out there in left field, hoping she'd have a chance to catch it. But great call by the umpires, clearly foul.
In there, strike three. Great spot from Rachel Garcia, who goes 1-2-3 through this Team Davidson order. Those points roll over to inning number 2, so there will be 20 on the line. Mia Davidson.
Long time no see. Welcome to my home state. I'm from Hillsboro, like about an hour and a half from here. Not too bad. I tagged her and everything.
Yeah, on the back.
Yeah.
I can't see her.
Oh yeah. I got her in the front. I had her right here. No, I got her in the front. Yeah. Yeah, I got her like right here.
You gotta love it. Mia knew it the whole time. Right when she made the tag, you could hear the oh, oh, oh. We got Mia mic'd up all night tonight. We'll get to chat with her at some point during this game. Such great access here at Athletes Unlimited.
Yeah, that play to end the inning, I mean, you can't look past that. That was one of the best plays, one of the best tag plays I've ever seen.
Rachel Garcia, 6'7", 8 to lead it off for Team Romero. Peyton St. George, that's the first pitch ball that we've seen tonight from her. Garcia hitting .267 on the season, but a .450 on base percentage. 4 extra base hits, and she's adding to it! Rachel Garcia, always on the biggest stage, is ready to roll. Her 3rd home run of this championship season.
One of the Little League teams here is from California, and a couple of their coaches had their hands above their head, pointed toward the sky, because I know that they are big Rachel Garcia fans, being from UCLA. This is a screwball that she just demolished. Fades into the trees. She is on time. That is a beautiful swing by Rachel Garcia, and wow, has she shown up for this game today. She was focused when we saw her in pregame warm-ups, and you can see it paying off.
Tied for the league lead in home runs, with Mia Davidson now with 3. Rachel is one of 14 Little League alumni. Played for District 51 Little League in California. Only fitting that she would be the one to open the scoring here on a very special evening in Greenville, North Carolina. And everything's pretty close, too, as far as where these games are being played at East Carolina University at Max R. Joyner Family Stadium, and then where the Little League Softball World Series is played at Elm Street Park at Stallings Stadium. It's just down the road. Ground ball to the shortstop, Urtez. There's one out as they get Shannon Rhodes. But what a fantastic... That was the first time I've been to the Little League Softball World Series, and I wanted to go over and just see the atmosphere last night. The games were incredible, extra inning games.
Yeah.
But just the atmosphere, the vendors, and the whole street is shut down. It's such a beautiful little park, and they've done it the right way.
Yeah, the event just has gotten bigger and bigger every year that I've done it. Of course, it used to be held for those Little League softball fans in Portland, Oregon, in Alpenrose Stadium, and this is the 3rd year that we've been here in Greenville. So since after that year of not playing in COVID in 2020, been here in 21, 22, and now in 23, and it's an awesome little stadium.
1-0 pitch coming from St. George. Foul back. Let's go down to Savannah, who has Rachel Garcia.
Thanks, Chucky. Rachel, Taylor Edwards called you Quiet Thunder. You said you were trying to be quiet today, but that home run was anything but quiet. What do you mean by that?
Just trying to be relaxed and just be more of myself today. Just, trusting my defense behind me, and just being me.
I feel like if there was a perfect day to hit a home run, it would be today, because you so often talk about the importance of, hey, I'm a two-way player. That's something you want to pass on to young athletes. So all of these Little Leaguers here today, what do you hope they take away from, okay, she can throw in this game and she can take 1 yard too?
Just, don't be afraid to do both. I mean, pitchers are interpreted as just a pitcher only, but it's not true. If you want to hit, put in the time and effort, and you can do it.
Thanks, Rachel. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Well, Rachel Garcia has done all of those things at the highest of levels. And we were talking, actually, watching her take BP. There's a few hitters in the league. Everyone's so good, but when the ball hits their bat, it just looks and sounds a little different, and Rachel Garcia is one of those.
Well, we talked about her pitch velocity, that she's one of the harder throwing pitchers in the league. But when you look at her exit velocity, she's also has one of the highest average exit velocities. When the ball comes off of her bat, it just flies off with power. She's just so strong.
Harper staying alive on that 0-2 pitch from Peyton St. George, just trying to limit the damage.
Yeah, we got to have Rachel Garcia in the booth yesterday. She actually threw out one of the first pitches yesterday. There were 4 different first pitches that were thrown. We had Victoria Hayward throw out one, then Kat Osterman, then Kat Sandercock, and then Rachel Garcia for the last game, and all of them came in the booth and chatted with us as well.
Piper goes after the rise ball for out number 3, so she goes 1, 2, 3, but Rachel Garcia first has her say.
Rachel Garcia with a statement with this swing. We saw it in the circle, now we're seeing it at the plate. Truly, one of the best two-way players in the game.